how a divisive LGBTQ plus 90s.
Kevin Smith says Ben Affleck's Chasing Amy role is the closest character I've ever written to myself. The director reflects on his time making his third feature film in the newly released documentary, Chasing Amy, from filmmaker Save Rogers. Filmmaker Kevin Smith is looking back on the character that he feels most represented him when he created it, Ben Affleck's role in Chasing Amy.
Name Arwen.
Yeah.
The critically acclaimed sleeper hit. Holden is the closest.
Sigmund. Did I pronounce it correctly?
It's close.
God, you know, she is so much better looking as a woman.
In the 1997 romantic dramedy, Affleck plays Holden McNeil, a comic book writer and artist who falls in love with fellow comic book writer Alyssa Jones, Joey Lauren Adams. Alyssa, who is a lesbian, reciprocates Holden's feelings. But everything goes haywire when he learns she has had sexual relationships with other men in the past. The critically acclaimed sleeper hit is examined in the newly released documentary Chasing Amy from filmmaker Save Rogers.
Understand how a divisive LGBTQ plus 90s.
I had to do one of his Tonight Show sketches.
Oh, cool.
Most accurately represents Kevin Smith as a filmmaker is
In it, Smith, who wrote and directed Chasing Amy, his third feature film, says Holden is the closest character I've ever written to myself. The story is told through Holden's lens but also features controversial, harsh terminology from characters like the homophobic Banky, Jason Lee, whom Smith says is gay and acting out due to his own repressed sexuality.
It's close.
God, you know, she is so much better looking as a woman than you are as a...
Holden tricks Alyssa into telling him
Really? So many words.
I have very poor judgment.
One scene in which Smith, 54, very much relates to Holden arrives near the end of the film. After Holden finds out about Alyssa's past with two guys from her youth, he baits her into confirming the details to him while they're at a hockey game, leading to a gigantic blowout fight and, eventually, the end of their romantic relationship. In the documentary, while speaking in a segment alongside Adams, 56, Smith reflects on how she was, literally my muse, while making the film.
Kevin Smith as a filmmaker is found such a strong voice, and he knew who he was.
At the time, the two were dating, having first met on the set of his 1995 sophomore feature Mallrats. I had a real insecurity about how she had a bigger past than me, he says of Adams. The scene in Chasing Amy where Holden is baiting her, that was me. Says Adams, I admired Kevin so much because he had found such a strong voice, and knew who he was without having to go live in Bali. That's what we can say. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this News Office channel. We thank you all for your support. Wait for other artist news. Stay loyal to this. Thank you.
Jenny was standing next to me.
Played it off like a mistake.
Here it is.